You are tuned in to Kids
in the Pit.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today we are at the House of Blues in Cleveland, Ohio with Mike from Be Well.
Yes, thank you for having me on the old podcast video interview. Stoked to talk, about rock and Be Well, dude.
Okay, let's do it. So, what bands have you been in and what do you do in them?
Okay, I only play guitar. I'm terrible at singing, playing drums, bass, so only guitar, and that makes it easy. I'm just going to rattle off a bunch of bands. Darkest Hour, Be Well, Battery, Zealot, I don't know, let's just go with 4.
Okay.
Right? A lot more in there, but you can Wikipedia me.
So, for anyone not familiar with your current band, Be Well, what song should they look up?
Well, we have a new record called Hello Sun. It's out now on Revelation Records, and I would suggest that you start there. We have 2 records, that and our first one, The Weight and the Cost, and we love all of them, but the newest one, that's where I would start, and it's all over, streaming all over the internet, everywhere, so it's pretty easy to get a taste for free.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So, what was the first band that got you into punk, hardcore, or metal?
Man, that's a tough question. Well, the first band that got me into hardcore was Battery, and I was lucky enough to play in them. That was one of the first straight-edge hardcore bands from DC that I really loved. And one of the first bands that got me into heavy metal was a band called At the Gates. They're from Sweden, and I fell in love with that style of thrash metal, and I was just like, I want to do that. And one of my favorite punk, hardcore bands from DC was Minor Threat, Fugazi. There's all sorts of punk bands from where we live that kind of are in our headspace. But for me, the 2 bands that really stick out, are At the Gates, Battery, maybe this band Damnation AD, that was from Washington, D.C. too. But we were lucky to have a lot of, access to a lot of cool music when we were coming up.
It's cool that one of those bands is from Sweden. I'm really into geography right now, so.
Well, dude, the beautiful thing about music is stuff from all over the world can influence you. And I used to know nothing about Scandinavia or Sweden or Norway or anything. And then I fell in love with this style of music that really, they have it in Germany, they have it in Japan, they have it all over the world where they really master it. But man, metal from Scandinavia, Sweden, I just fell in love with it. And it's kind of like, it's you feel like an outsider, but at the same time, it feels really special. So, I understand liking a global influence of heavy metal.
Well, that's really cool. So, what was your first show and how old were you?
Man, my first show, I went to concerts. I remember to go and see Metallica. My buddy won a radio contest and he won a limo ride. We went and saw Metallica on the Black record, when they had the Snake Pit and they played by themselves for 2.5 hours. And that was pretty life-changing. I remember that as my first concert, but I also was lucky enough to go to punk and hardcore shows when I was younger, and I remember that Fugazi used to play at the park for free every summer at this concert series that they had, and I just remember that being really influential as far as being part of the community that is in DC. So,
Okay.
a lot of firsts: metal, punk, hardcore.
So, what do you do for a living?
Well, this, man, grind it out here on the road. But I've done lots of other things. I've produced, I've played on other people's records, mentored at a school of rock one time. I was a bike messenger. I sold stuff in the home improvement, the lawn section of a home improvement store. So, there's all sorts of stuff that you have to do to get by. But now I'm lucky enough to say at 45, I'm an artist. This is what I've wanted to do for a living, and I'm doing it. You're seeing it. Dream manifested, you know what I mean?
So, what was your favorite movie as a kid?
Man, really as a kid, I would say Back to the Future. I really liked any Chevy Chase movie. Caddyshack was one of my favorites. I was big into the 80s comedies when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
Blues Brothers, one of my favorites.
Okay, well, cool. So, what is your favorite food?
Damn, that's a tough one. Shit. Currently, damn. Man, I really like. I really like Puerto Rican food, beans, rice, plantains. I also like Colombian food. Some sort of like Western Mexican food is really good. As a person who's traveled all over the world, I love sushi. I've been lucky enough to be able to try all different types of things. So I would say that if I had to pick right now what I was going to eat, I would say I need some Puerto Rican chicken, beans, rice, and plantains.
Nice. I'm not the biggest fan of plantains.
Oh, you need to try some, bro. You need to keep getting. Not trying to tell you how to live your life, but tastes evolve as you grow. You know what I mean? When I was your age, I wouldn't have eaten a Brussels sprout, but now I love Brussels sprouts.
I don't know if I've tried a Brussels sprout.
You got to, man.
I will.
Just don't try them boiled.
Okay.
Try them the other ways.
Okay. So, do you like pineapple on pizza?
No. Whoever said yes to that question? I'm a purist. I'm not gonna lie. I like my pizzas margarita style. And me and my family went all over Italy after a tour we did recently, and the only thing we ate anywhere was a margarita pizza, because it's like the easiest way to tell if a pizza is perfect. You know what I mean? It's like the simplest but yet most beautiful form of a pizza. So I'm gonna go with margarita. Definitely don't be putting any pineapple on your pizzas. That's my opinion.
I like pineapple pizza, but it's not my favorite type of pizza. My favorite type of pizza is probably peppers and onions.
Peppers and onions is a good combo. And also, don't let anybody tell you how to live your life. If you like pineapple on your pizza, do it. Personally, like all that juice on there, that's crazy, man.
I kind of like the contrast.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the beauty of life.
I know. So, how long would you survive in a zombie apocalypse, you think?
0 minutes.
Oh.
I do not have a killer instinct. I don't like killing things. I'm a good runner. I can run fast.
Oh.
But I would be dead.
Yeah, I'd probably die pretty quickly too, because I'm a child. And it depends.
Yeah, you seem pretty resilient.
If I'm in the middle of nowhere in a cornfield, that's like 5 minutes. If I'm in a safety shelter, that's probably going to be like a year.
I would just like to say, for the record, I'm more about that island life. So if a zombie apocalypse comes, I'm trying to find an island, and then I'm going to try to chill there, kill whatever I need to. Just like, I'm all about that palm tree life.
Survive.
If you give me a beach and some palm trees, I could survive that zombie apocalypse. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
I would just like to say thanks to my man for doing this interview. It takes a lot to step out and get in there and interview the talents and, be part of the media. Great job. Check out my man's podcast / video he's got going on. And check out Be Well. And we appreciate you, man.
Okay. Well, thank you for being on the podcast. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Spotify. Well, see you guys. Bye.